Happy Friday, Facebook. Road to ROCovery 5K coming at you. What is it? Friday, June 12th. That's what day it is. We're inside today because it's a little windy out. So I wanted you to be able to hear me. Hi, guys. It's a beautiful day outside. Perfect running temperature, in my opinion, anyway. And I got some cool stuff for you today. I got a video today. I got some stuff to show you. That sounded kind of creepy. It's just a running video. It's just some basic running tips. It's called Running for Beginners. But certainly this is not just for beginners, also for folks like me who get in and out of running a lot. Getting back into it again sometimes can be a struggle. So I like to put some tips out there that help us all get back into things again. And I'm going to do that too. So we're finalizing some of our details around our 5K for this year. Our committee's been working really hard. Hey, Mary Lynn, how you doing? Good to see you too. We got the weekend of September 12th and 13th, so save the dates, put it on your calendar. We're going to have our 5K. It is going to be virtual this year, and it is going to be super cool, even if it is virtual. Actually affords us some really cool opportunities to do some different things. So, but we'll announce what all those things are coming up, and have some fun with it. So the run program, our Couch to 5K program that we do every year leading up to our 5K, we're going to do also virtually, and that's going to be happening here every Friday. I am going to be posting homework every week, posting what our runs are. So that's going to start on the weekend, 2 weeks from today. So on the 26th, I'm going to announce the following week's sort of schedule for interval runs and things like that. It really is very accessible program for anyone that isn't limited by medical issues. A lot of walking interval interspersed in the first week, in pretty much the whole program leading up until the 5K. I've seen people who had absolutely no experience running whatsoever. Very doable program. Enter this program and get right to the point where they can run the whole 5K. So it's really cool, really doable thing for everybody. So, but again, that'll start in a couple of weeks. I have some different tips and things to share with you today. And I'm going to put those in the links as well. I have a quick video I'm going to show you in a couple of minutes here. Some of the other things I want to talk about is there is an article I'm going to post later on, 6 expert tips on how to start running. It's on the Runner's World website. So we can talk about a couple of those things now. And one of the very first ones is embracing the run-walk method. And that is definitely a key and integral part of the Couch to 5K program overall. Because so many people do get started and start to think, okay, here I go, I'm going to start running now. And then get discouraged with getting out there running, and it just doesn't feel good. So to really start with within our program, all of the runs start with a brisk 5-minute walk. So you're starting really to walk before you start to run, figuratively and literally. So that's really cool. I am also good, Marilyn. Thank you for asking. Let's see, just get started. So that's the first tip actually in Runner's World, is just get started. You can spend all week, all month, all year thinking about it and browsing the web for tips and plans, or you can just get out there regularly. The biggest thing when you start out is establishing a habit. Just get out there, being used to being on your feet. Forget about hitting a certain pace. Ditch the idea of reaching a certain distance, and instead just set a time goal. And they're going to say that in the video too, so you'll hear that a lot. The number 3 tip is consider proper technique. Definitely consider proper technique. It makes all the difference. And again, this is not just for new runners, it's for all of us. So constantly being reminded how form and technique really make or break a run for me. Just even any singular run, I can always tell how it's going for me based on how my form is and how, and if I clean it up, somehow the whole run changes. When I clean up my form and my technique gets better, the run gets better. So it's a pretty important tip to follow. Tip number 4 in this article is exploring new places. Yes, which is huge. I'm actually going to be doing that this weekend. I've got a 9-mile run to do this weekend in my training schedule for the half marathon in October. And so on the longer runs, I like to go new places, right? It keeps my interest level up. I try new trails. I'm going to do some exploring some new trails this weekend to keep my interest level up, because after a while, longer runs can get a little more tedious, and that keeps your interest level and your excitement level up as you're starting to explore new places. So I like to do that a lot as well, and that's a really great tip as well. And number 5 is progress slowly. Do not expect everything to change overnight. If you want to make small incremental improvements, really look at like a 10% increase in whether it be time. So if we're starting out and we're saying 20 minutes is what I'm going to run, right? So maybe after that gets comfortable, and I can run 20 minutes continually without stopping, maybe it's 22 minutes next time, or it's like really small incremental changes. Keep it doable, all right? Like make your goals smart, make them specific, measurable, accountable, realistic, and time-bound. So really good tips, all of those. So I have a really cool video I want to show you guys right now, and I will post it in the comments afterwards as well. But just an awesome, it's real quick. I think it's like an 8-minute video, but really on running basics. So I'm going to do that now, and I will see you guys in a few minutes.
Hi and welcome to the Running Channel. I'm Anna, and today I'm joined by Rick and Kate, and together we're going to go through some top tips if you're getting started with running.
Yeah, whether you're a regular weekly runner, you're just getting into it, or maybe you're coming back from injury. Hopefully we'll give you some ideas of how you can keep your running on top form.
Now, as a beginner runner, you might be feeling a little bit overwhelmed by all the jargon and the lingo that you've been hearing from more experienced runners. Don't worry about it. This video will tell you what you really need to know to get started and what you can start to worry about further down your running journey.
You really don't need loads of fancy kit to get out there and run. Just a few basic essentials which we'll run through. You may find that further down the line you do want to invest in some more gear, but here are the key things that you do need to go out for a run. The first is a bit of an obvious one. You're going to need some trainers. Now, they don't need to be really expensive ones, just ones that are comfortable and suit your foot. It's really important you get footwear right when it comes to running, as it can help to prevent injury. Now, in order to get your footwear right, you can go to most sports shops and get your gait analysed. This isn't a scary process at all. All you have to do is jump on a treadmill for a few minutes. The experts will watch the way that you run and they'll recommend the right shoes for you. Now, those shoes could be any brand, and it doesn't matter what brand you end up going for. It's whatever suits your foot the best. And the other thing that you're going to need is some clothes to run in. So whether that be shorts or leggings or t-shirt or vest, it's whatever you're comfortable with. It can just be some sports kit that you've got lying around at home. It doesn't have to be running specific, but try and make sure that it's made from a decent wicking material. That means it'll take the sweat away from your body. It also washes a bit better. It doesn't hold on to smells quite as much as things like cotton does. One for the ladies too. Make sure you get a decent sports bra. 3 words for you: under, boob, chafe. Yeah, that's a real thing. If you go to a good sports shop, they should be able to help fit you with a decent sports bra. Okay, so now you've kitted out, it's time to think about the actual running side of things. Kate's going to kick us off with her first tip when it comes to beginning running.
So start off with a really gentle warm-up. 5 minutes of maybe brisk walking to get the blood flowing. Don't do static stretches. Studies have shown that they actually don't prevent injury and can even hinder your run. So give them a miss, but do some dynamic stretches where you're sort of stretching as you move. The other thing is when you start out, whether you're coming back from injury or starting from scratch, don't set yourself a really long chunk of time to run all in one go. Absolutely fine to break it up into smaller chunks. Everybody starts off.
When you're first starting out running, you could measure your runs in terms of time rather than distance. So instead of going out for a mile or a kilometre, go out for 10 or 20 minutes instead. That way you can see you're improving and you don't have to worry too much about measuring the distance that you're going at. And with that, you can also, as Kate mentioned, break it down into some running and some walking. And if you want to get more tips on the run-walk method, we have got a video on that on the running channel.
And if you do want to track your distance or just your time, it's a really good idea to download one of the many free apps that you can get on your smartphone. And these are really good for tracking your progress as well over time. If you're doing the same route week in, week out, you can really see how you're starting to get quicker over that distance. Later on in your running journey, you might want to think about a GPS watch, but that's something you can worry about when you know you're really committed to running.
And as well as warming up with your running, it's really important to cool down too. So really bringing your heart rate down at a steady pace. So even just doing a walk at the end of your run to make sure that you're cooling down properly.
Another thing that you should really remember when you start running is go easy on yourself. It is quite hard to start with. You're pounding the pavement, you're using muscles that aren't used to working in that way. And so it can hurt the next day. And that's absolutely normal. We all feel like that to start with, but it will start to get easier.
So where do you want to run? Well, there's loads of options for you. The pavement is the first and most obvious one. That can get a little bit hard on your joints though. So why not think about some trail running? That provides a bit more cushioning underfoot, but watch out for those tree stumps and rocks that could make you fall over. Sandy beaches are great if you want to get a good shot for Instagram, but be warned, it's really hard running on sand. 1.6 times harder than running on a normal surface, in fact. And then there's the treadmill, staying indoors, especially if it's rainy or really cold outside. But just be aware with the treadmill that it can change the form and makes it a bit easier for you to run too, so your pace might be slightly off. There's nothing better than going out for a run in the rain, I promise. Remember, skin's waterproof. Plan when you're going to run. Work out exactly when and where and stick it in your diary. That way you're more likely to stick to it. Or you could join a running club or recruit a running buddy like Rick. Hi, Rick.
Hello. Then you've got someone to be accountable to, so it means you can't really just put it off for another day. If you want to improve, keep your running consistent, try and get out at least twice a week. Then those aches and pains that you have when you start out will begin to fade away as your muscles gradually get used to it. Consistency, really important here. It's so much better to get out twice a week, every week, than say do 6 in the first week and then not go out again for the next 3.
I like to keep a diary of my runs as well. And a little note about how they felt. Maybe something was a bit sore, maybe you got a stick. You can work out maybe if it's to do with eating or drinking, that's what's caused it. But if you've got a diary of your runs to look back on, then you can help progress your running in future. So a great way to stay motivated is to set yourself some goals, and some goals that you can set yourself are SMART goals. We've written down some words here just to give you a bit of a hint. So starting off, make your goal specific. So if you want to run further, how far do you want to run? Make that goal measurable as well, so you know whether you've achieved it or not. You can do that by using GPS watches or tracking your runs via an app or a diary. Equally, make your goal achievable. Let's face it, we're not all going to be winning the London Marathon anytime soon. Isn't that right, Paula? But you can shave a few seconds off of TV, or just make sure that your goal is something that you are going to be able to achieve. Make it a realistic goal as well. As I say, we're not going to be winning the London Marathon anytime soon, but make that goal realistic to within your capabilities and with your own abilities too. And make it time related too. So this time related one means that you have a goal in mind and you've got a date that you're going to do it by. So it might be for a certain number of weeks, you might have a specific race in mind, that kind of thing. So giving you a few ideas of goals that you can set yourself. Book in for a race, for example, then you manage to tick off all of these and you know exactly when you want to hit your goal by. Or it might be that you just want to run continuously. Maybe you've been starting off by doing some run walking and you want to make your running last for a certain amount of time. Or it might not be specific to running overall. It might be that you just want to get fit or lose a bit of weight. Those are all ideas of SMART goals that you can set for yourself. Hopefully you found some tips there that are useful to help you get out and start running. We've gone through the kind of kit that you need, where you can run and how to set some goals. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the running channel and check out some of our other videos too. If you have any questions, leave us a comment and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, so really cool tips in there. Some of them, some tips that we've talked about in the past. Some of them not so new. Some of them kind of new. And who doesn't love a good British accent anyway, right? I know I do. So really good information. Again, I'll post a link to that in the comments as well, so you guys can go back and take a look anytime you want at it. So some of the things that we talked about before and they talked about in that video was to have a plan. It's always great to have a plan going forward. That way you're not just leaving it to chance when you might get out and run, but you've actually got a plan. Making anything as consistent as you possibly can, creating a habit out of it, a consistent habit, having the same time 3 days a week or 2 days a week or however frequent you want to get out there. Making it sort of putting it on your schedule and making a date with yourself or with a running partner or anything that will help you with your accountability definitely helps. Run groups are awesome, and you can do it with close friends, social distancing. I also want to remind everyone our Strava Run Club out there. It's ROCovery Runs on Strava. It's a run club where we're going to be all training together and encouraging each other up to the 5K. And then obviously during the 5K, we'll all be able to track each other's runs and throughout the weekend. And we're going to post maps and do all kinds of fun stuff with that. So join our Strava Run Club. I'm going to put a link to that in the comments again as well, so everyone can get on that. And then as far as a timer goes, to be able to time so the first week is going to be 20 minutes of alternating between a minute of running and a minute and a half of walking. So you're going to want to have some kind of a timing, a way to set your timing for those running intervals as well. Oh, good. I'm glad you liked it, Mary Lynn. I really I found it very helpful too. So, and that's all good information to have. If you want to look back at some of the previous Fridays, I went through some different very specific types of running shoes and aspects of those. So we can certainly talk about those things again as well as we go forward. So really looking forward to getting into the running though, and getting into the meat of the program itself. Today's a rest day for me, so no running, but I've been putting I think I've got almost 20 miles in for the week already, and I still have another, I'm looking over here at my run schedule, a 4 mile tomorrow and then a 9 mile on Sunday. So A lot of miles in this week, but it's been not as much work as it has been in previous months. I've really started to get back to just my love of running and the whole. It's a very spiritual experience for me, and I just love running. So I hope you guys do too, and I hope you join us again. 2 weeks from today is when the run program is going to start. So I'll start giving the schedule and the weekly homework every Friday at this time on Road to ROCovery 5K. You did 2 miles yesterday, Marilyn. That's awesome. You're the best. So let's build on that, right? Let's get out there. Let's get some miles in, and again, we'll really just to start out with, we'll focus more on time than we do on distance. But if you want to focus on distance and make that your benchmark too, whatever works for you, whatever motivates you, whatever you want to do, just get out there and get moving. And hopefully you guys have fun, and hopefully you love it as much as I do. Thanks for joining me today. Thanks for joining me, Mary Lynn. Everybody else out there, I will see you this time next week, and then also Monday and Wednesday for my Life on the Run lessons from the road. Monday and Wednesday at 7:30 a.m. Where we're putting some other processes in place, and we're training for a half marathon there. But really, just talking about some of the other aspects of running and the moving meditation involved therein. So I will see you guys next week. I hope you have an awesome weekend. Get out and enjoy some of this beautiful, perfect running weather, and I will talk to you soon. All right, guys. Peace.